Hey everyone, it's Tuesday, February 9, 2021, vlog number 1409. Currently I'm just editing and uploading the vlog from yesterday, so by the time you're watching this video, yesterday's vlog should already be up. Please be sure to go check it out. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Look at this thing on my nose. Gross, dude. It is a zit, whitehead pimple, sebaceous grossness that has like scabbed over. I literally fell asleep to my own vlogs today, like during the afternoon, and like it was crazy. I was so gone. I don't know why. Oh, last night I went to sleep at 5 in the morning. Anybody else do that? Yesterday? Anyway. So, yeah. And I made ramen to eat, so that's pretty much all that I did to eat for today. My brother came over this morning and he has to like fix my phone or something like that. I don't know what it is with cell phones. I am very much like a landline person. We've always had landlines in my home. So I'm just kind of more accustomed to using landline phones. And that's just how it's always been. And with cell phones and stuff, I get a lot of calls from all types of numbers all over the country, and I'm just like, I don't know you, like I don't actually pick up my phone at all. Like, you can just bother to not call me, because I will I will not pick up my phone. The only person that I talk to is my mom on the phone, and my brother and my sister-in-law. That's it. I don't know anyone else or have anyone else's numbers, besides like doctor's offices and stuff. So anyways, he had to come over and he said that he's going to switch out the SIM card because basically the service, I don't know like what the reason was, but I think it's like the service. But there were just way too many calls from like all over the country, and I'm just like, how the fuck did you get this number? You know, that's why I hate cell phones so goddamn much. With landline phones, ow, jeez, nobody ever calls you, and if they do, it's always just like telemarketing calls from the States, you know, and it's a lot harder for someone to get a hold of your landline phone number than it is your cell phone number, I think, because I don't know, I just feel like landlines are better. I always want to do landlines. It's just that like but the reason that we stopped even using landlines is because my mom just kept insisting on not having landline phones. So I was like, well, because she gave me a good reason. Like, she was like, we don't ever talk to anybody in the States. Like, who do we ever talk to? Because she only talks to like people overseas. And like her phone, her cell phone would be connected to the internet, like WhatsApp and stuff. And you would also have, now you have FaceTime capability, but you know, WhatsApp is nice because I think it's like free international calling, and so that's kind of like the great thing about it. It's just phones over the internet. With landlines, you can't connect to the internet, so it's a big giant, you know, disadvantage of landline phones. And I was like, well, you're right. I actually don't talk to anybody on the phone or the cell phone or the landline phone. I just don't. I'm very close to my siblings, so like if I need to talk to them, I just go and meet them in person. So that's just kind of how it is for me. So anyway, in the States and in Pakistan, like I just have like my aunts and my relatives, so I don't have like any interest in like pursuing any other relationships, you know, in Pakistan. I've never like seen, because the thing with that is my father's like really strict, so he and plus, I mean, we have everything everything under the sun, so like, you know, there's no reason for me to have to like pursue a relationship, especially not in Pakistan. Not that I've ever had any prospects or anything like that. So, but the whole, like, my dad was like against the dating scene in Pakistan. So totally against that completely. And I mean, for my father, it's like, just do what makes you happy. That's it. You know, I just want you to be happy. So, and I don't require a man in my life to do that for me. You know, it's, I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird topic to discuss, but yeah. Because like my father gave me everything. Like I don't even need, I don't need a man in the States either. I just don't. And my sister-in-law is insisting, she keeps insisting, you should please get married now. You're 32 years old. I think she told me that at my birthday. Happy birthday, and like, you're 32. I think that's what she said. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I am. I'm pretty not sure though. But yeah, she was like, you're 32. Please get married now. You know, now. And I was like, my mind went blank. Like, I was like, just, you know, looking out, like, I literally don't know what to tell you. I have no prospects. Not anywhere. And my father gave us everything. And he probably, if he was still here today, he would be like, don't date. Like, just do whatever the fuck you want to do. You know. That's it, because he would provide everything for us. Like, I never felt like there was anything missing in my life that I needed to pursue a man, basically. Such a mature conversation that I'm having with you. But anyway, for a person that's 32, 'cause, the thing with me is like, it's not like the traditional sense of dating for me. It's more like just wait and see, like, what's written in the stars for you, basically. And you know, women to me, women don't make the choices. Like, women don't like choose who will come into their life, because ultimately I feel like women are the more disadvantaged gender, and we tend to require way too much, in my opinion, from a relationship. And you know, I guess women just have a bad rap in that regard. We're nagging, our voices can be annoying when you talk, like I don't know, it's just when a female talks, like, it can be, you don't know what's gonna come out, so it's always offensive. The sound of their voice can be offensive, and yeah, so it's really hard to do, like, relationships, I feel like. And I think it's just, like, it's really important to me personally, like, to have a good relationship. And it will probably be like an ongoing, strife to get it right. And if you never do, then I probably, you don't know what the future holds. You don't know what could happen, and if your relationship is gonna work out. My cat scratched me so hard on my freaking back right now. I'm surprised I'm not bleeding. So anyways, that little small bowl of ramen noodles, like, totally filled me up. I didn't even finish it. I actually put leftovers in the fridge, so I'm gonna eat leftover ramen right now. And then I need to still throw out the old chicken expired that I have in my freezer right now. I have some ground beef, and I really want to make this Chinese food rice, chicken and rice. Oh my god. But I don't have any chicken. And now I'm kind of, anyway. And I need to throw out the nihari now too, because it goes old after a day. And, I didn't throw it out or I wasn't finished with it when I made that huge, enormous pot of chicken. So it's just a big, huge waste of time and effort and energy and headache. And, like, I don't know. That's why, like, when I think about relationships and stuff, I feel like I have an advantage that I'm able to look past getting married and having to, to be forced into marriage at all. And mostly I think about my family a lot. Like, I'm always very concerned about, what my situation is with my family, and really, like, getting close with them rather than worrying about myself all the time, and worrying about what will happen to me if I don't, settle down. I've always just been, I don't know, just to myself quite a bit. I've been very independent always. I love doing, like, artsy stuff, like vlogging and filmmaking, and pursuing, like, new adventures and new ventures, and just getting out there, putting myself out there. I love doing that. Absolutely. I love socializing, like, so damn much. It's actually ridiculous. So yeah, so damn much. That's why I love YouTube, because I'm just like on YouTube all the time, and I watch every single video that I watch all the way through to the end, from beginning to end, and I listen to every single little detail that's happened in this YouTuber's life. And I don't know, and I just follow them. I follow like everyone around. But like I don't like, I don't know, I don't like to give off the impression that like I'm close to anyone. I'm generally just, you know, I just have my opinion, and yeah, I just like to talk a lot. Like seeing what all the new things that people are into, and on YouTube, and trying new things, trying new like ideas, trying new like stuff that's on the market, like for sale. This is my breakfast burrito with verde sauce and cheese, y'all. And the relationship stuff, like I would appreciate like staying away from questions like that. I don't feel comfortable talking about it. Anything else besides that, it just makes me like really uncomfortable. Once when I was like 12, I tried to run away from home. So I've been like sick all of my life, so it's like you know, I have to leave it to like whoever wants to like settle down with me to like just like choose what they want, basically. And it's like really hard for me, even at 32 years of age, to break apart from my family, my mom. Like, I don't do anything. I don't go to like social gatherings. I don't, you know, I don't really work that much, besides YouTube, I guess, if you call that work. I don't call it work. It's just fun for me. You know, I don't drink. I don't, you'll never ever see me consuming any alcohol. And I don't smoke anything. I feel like both of those things are cancer causing. And yeah, so I don't know, I'm not into it at all. So, and I don't want to talk about my past, because maybe in the future, maybe later on down the line, you know, I've been like sick like all my life. My mom has always been at my side, like like I'm a baby. You know, she's always like, she's just constantly been, I've always been under constant watch of my mom, my parents, both. So yeah, And, you know, that's just the cards that I've been handed. You know what I mean? I guess that's how it goes, but, yeah. And I feel like I have every right to complain about it. Like, as far as I can remember, I would say as early as like age 2 or something. Like, it's just been one thing after another for me. Like, it's been nonstop for me. After another. So, and then living in the States, my brother was bullied a lot. Somebody pulled out like they pulled out a knife on them. I guess it's called a knife. I don't know what they call it in English. But they pulled out a knife on him in high school in South Carolina. So I couldn't believe it. He used to get bullied a lot. So like once when we were headed to school, a bunch of people ganged up on him as he was trying to get onto the bus, and I of course was right there next to him because I constantly have to have my brother with me there all the time. And we used to go to the same schools and take the same bus to school and everything, even though he's a year older than me. I still have a lot of respect for him, so, obviously he would do his own thing and I would do my thing, but these people, they were kids. I think he must have been 11 years old. I was 10. And they, right as in the morning time, as we were all loading the bus to go to school, a group of people pushed him, and they they started beating him up and all that stuff. And then I was like, let's just not go to school today. So we just turned around and walked back home. That was once. This girl I was in the playground, and there was this little girl. She scratched me, she hit me, and I got a scratch. I have a scar from it on right here on my Cupid's bow, where she scratched me and cut my face open. I still have a scar from that here in the States. And there was a time when I was in the second grade, that my teacher insisted that everybody have corn dogs. And corn dogs they're not kosher. So I can't have them. And so I'm this little girl. I'm used to Pakistani life, which is all Muslim, okay? And predominantly it's a Muslim country. And so, grew up there, born there. I'm accustomed to Indian culture, and the 700-year-old nation versus coming to the States and dealing with, a much younger, country in a sense, or, and yeah, a country, a nation. And I'm trying to explain to this lady that has absolutely no idea what the fuck. She's just completely oblivious as to what's going on and who the hell I am and where the fuck I came from and all this stuff. My background, that I'm Pakistani, and I'm just so different from you. And so she wouldn't have it. She wouldn't listen to me. She wouldn't let me talk. She kept interrupting me as I would try to be patient with her and trying to explain to her. She kept cutting me off, and I'm like this 10-year-old little small child trying to go into a serious, very serious conversation. To me, it's very serious. I mean, if you don't know any Muslims, then you obviously don't know. But this lady, I mean, it's okay. I totally understand it. This is America. You know, I don't really know any Muslims around here. But anyway, so as I was trying to explain to her, like, no, I cannot have this, you know, I wasn't even able to say the word no to her. She makes me eat it, and then she also baited me with a cupcake, which is something that I would have really liked to have eaten. You know, that I was preferring to have that. So she was like, you can't have the cupcake if you don't eat your corn dog. And I was like, well, that's pretty polite of you, so I guess I better just go ahead and try it. So I bit into it. I immediately vomited all over the cafeteria floor. And I said, like, what, fuck the stupid cupcake. And she humiliated me in front of the entire cafeteria. Like, they're full of and for a person that really really cares about what people think, she humiliated me in front of an entire lunchroom full of people, and I was like 10 years old. I didn't know, I wasn't able to judge why it was important not to care. And so I felt really, really scared, and I really wanted to cry at that point. I think I did, actually. I can't really remember. But anyway, I threw up, and she scolded me. She was like, for throwing up. She was like, why did you just throw up? She actually said these words to me, and I just looked at her like, there's nothing I can do, because she's an adult, and myself being a child, I mean, she could have like hit me or hurt me or anything. That was one incident, and there were like so many more other incidents. Hold on, I'm trying to think. Very funny though. And like my brother especially, I don't know, but my brother and I are mostly like really, really cool. Like, we are actually really, really cool people. You know, so for us to come across something that, you know, something as frightening as like being ganged up on and beat up, until like your face is bloody and stuff, like, I was in complete and utter like disbelief that I had absolutely no control of the situation. Yeah, it was really sad for me. I was actually crying, and I was holding my brother's hand walking back to our home that day. And I literally just at that point had to completely change my whole like attitude on life and living in a life in America, and dealing with crime, basically. There are like, you know, that's, you know, how do we look at this from a practical point of view, being that we are completely different, and you know, it's a complete culture shock to these people. You know, what steps do we have to take? And at that point, basically, you know, I completely shut myself out socially, and I was focusing 100% on my brother. You know, I would not let him leave my sight. So yeah, and so we've just been like, my family, like, attitude on my family has been completely changed ever since that point. And I've just been like trying to strengthen the bond between my siblings and myself. ever since then. And that, mind you, I was 10 years of age. So yeah, there was a time that I was on the bus, on the school bus, going to school. This girl slapped me for absolutely no reason, right in my cheek. I was like, okay, maybe I deserve that. So, and basically going, like, you know, obviously at that point, I mean, too many people saw it. So at that point, the principal had to be like notified, but nothing, you know, they didn't do anything about it. You know, no like disciplinary action was taken. Like, they didn't even explain, like, this girl, myself, is not, you know, this is a different culture, you know, you're a different, she doesn't understand you. You have to say words to her that are completely different from your everyday, like, daily life. She doesn't, like, I do not comprehend. I'm just like looking at that person, like I was looking at that person like I was looking at a computer, basically. So yeah, and she got away with it scot-free. I was bullied all throughout middle school. Like, people, girls, like preppy girls and stuff, would gang up on me and form cliques against just me. And I was always by myself. I was always singled out and stuff, and I don't know. I would take offense to a lot of things, I guess. I don't know, but I stopped being friends with like any and everybody, and I just kind of assumed, like, you know, their ground is their ground, my ground is whatever my ground is. And so that's just how I approached life moving from there. You know, what else? And like, I thought that pepperoni pizza was really gross, and this girl was eating pepperoni pizza like right in front of me, and I was gagging and stuff. Like, I mean, obviously I wasn't trying to be rude, you know, like, I'm like really polite and stuff, and she ate it right in front of me, and I was just like gagging. And then after that day, we stopped being friends because of the way that I looked at her for that. And she was like a lot taller, and I got like really scared of her, and she was like bigger than me, and I just thought that I was gonna get beat up, like my ass was gonna get whooped, because it was like a group of 3 girls that I used to hang out with at that time, and I thought we were like cool, like we were friends, sort of, like I was actually gonna try to make a friendship with them or something, but that was not the case at all. And after that, like, I was just scared of her. Like, I thought she was gonna beat me up all the time, and I would get confused a lot. Like, I thought maybe she's just doing that, like, to pretend like she's my friend, and maybe she plans on in the future, like, trying to protect me with her physique, in case somebody, like, tried to, like, you know, gang up on me. But whatever. I just was like, okay, I'm way too cool for you. I felt bullied by boys, you know, like, I mean, I'm not flirtatious by any means. Like, I even, like, in middle school, as early as, like, the 7th grade, like, I was never, like, cool with boys or anything. Like, in Pakistan, I mean, women are Muslim, and, like, women are normally separate from men. And so, you know, that's the custom that I'm accustomed to. And then here, like, it's not like that. So, you know, and people understood, like, they would understand, but like, there was this time that a boy, you know, he, like, I forgot what happened. Oh, I tried to use a cell phone, and I didn't know how to use it. It was like one of those phones that you can flip open, you know. This was like back in, I don't know what year this was, but you're supposed to flip it open, and then there's like a little antenna that comes that you can pull out of the phone and open and like you know, press the buttons. And so I was getting to it, and he was like, oh look, she doesn't even know how to use a phone. And I was like, okay, I don't even know how to react to this, first of all. Second of all, you kind of rushed me there, you know, because I do know how to use a cell phone. I'm sorry, but newsflash. So I didn't really understand like what he was trying to get at that point. If you're not flirting with me, then what, you know, what was all that? And this is South Carolina, so these are people that are like really, really backwoods. Yeah. This is really confusing to me, because I was bullied by my sisters as well. I mean, they pretty much like treated me like that all my life anyways. They were born here in the States, so they like, I don't know, that was not the norm for them. So anyway, they it was kind of confusing to me, because I was like, I don't know how to explain to you that I don't care if you think that I don't know how to use a phone. But it's cool, like, just don't hit me. And then my family aside, like, it's very difficult for American people to grasp, like, I'm telling you no, you know? People will always cut you off. They will always think that they're bigger than your family. Like, they have no boundaries, and they're like, you know, they don't care. Like, I don't know. They just don't know, like, the word no. Like, if I'm telling you that I'm Muslim, I don't eat pork because of this, and this reasons, they just don't care. They're completely, like, ignorant to, like, the reasons as to why you shouldn't eat pork. So that's, and, you know, I just don't give a fuck. I was just like, fucking, you know, whatever. Because the thing is, like, and everybody's really professional here. Like, you have to be very professional. Like, everything is a workplace setting. So you can't get personal. Like, I couldn't get personal with anyone ever. Never ever. It's still very, very difficult to form like a good, you know, like, hard type of relationship with anyone. So, and that's just how I am. The sooner you accept it, the better. So after that one incident that occurred with my brother, I had to basically, like I said, like, shut everybody out. But then, like, when that happened to me, I was just like, what's next? You know, what's gonna happen next? Because that is not something small. It can't be overlooked. You just ganged up on a boy. Like, why? So yeah. And the incident that happened to me, I think is the first or the second grade. I was starting to talk to that teacher, and I was like, look, like, I know that you're not going to get it. Like, you're not religiously tolerant. I know this, you know. But she just, like, didn't see anything. So I just was like, whatever. And then I was sitting with a Muslim friend at the time. She was a lot older than me, and it's not like we got along. Like, she was really bitchy. Like, she was way more preppier than me, and I had to sit with her because my dad made me sit with her, because she was like the only other Muslim in that school. But she was, you know, she was really stuck up, and she was a lot older than me too. But like, I still sat with her, but then like after that, like I wasn't allowed to sit with her anymore because the teacher made me move to a table, against my father's wishes, to a table where people were much younger, and I just felt really, really weird. But that was a time that I started to like embrace like culture, because in my personal beliefs, I think, you know, I always have looked up to older people and people that are older than me, or you know, what do you call it, authority figures. So you have to do, like, I felt like at that point, even though if she would have touched me like in Pakistan, somebody would have knocked that bitch the fuck out. You know, you know, I had to, basically. I basically took it as sort of like, what is it called? I don't know the word for it, but yeah. So I was like, okay, redneck, you know, world, here I come. Here Sarah comes, like, and the thing, and trust me, like, it was really easy for me to acclimate to, because, like, American people, like, they don't say anything to you, like, you know, they just don't talk. Like, I would just be sitting there, like, looking around, like, nobody would talk to me because, like, my social status is, like, a little bit different. And so, you know, the way that the American culture is that you have to get along with every single aspect of society. You can't choose one thing over another. You have to just treat, you know. So you have to learn old, young, black, white, Chinese, Vietnamese, Japanese. You know, you got to know all of those. And you gotta love it. Like my redneck hillbilly friends, yo. All dopes, by the way. Then the other side of America is that you'll have like gangs and stuff. Pakistani gangs in Houston, like, moved out here. It was like, it still is. Because I'm still here in Houston. It was something completely unreal, because people here are, in the United States, especially Pakistanis, are very much uninhibited. Like, you know, it's ass or grass, basically. A lot of drunks. Like, it was very new to me. That's why I'm saying this. So if you're watching this and you're like, yeah, that's pretty much the norm, for me, yeah, probably, but for me, like, it wasn't. Like, you know, Muslims do not, especially Muslims from Muslim countries like Pakistan, we're not even permitted to have alcohol in our possession. So yeah, and that was something else that I still can't get used to. People, like, would say, like, really, really offensive shit that you shouldn't say to a Muslim. And I shouldn't be laughing, but I can laugh at it now since this is my channel and this is my vlog and this is my video and I can do whatever the fuck I want. But it just was really, really violent. And I'm like a peace-loving person. I'm not used to being like singled out or anything like that, being that Pakistan is primarily Muslim once again. And it is Pakistan, so I mean, we did win, so you know, it's just crazy, the kind of stuff. I mean, people were very blatantly like just not giving a fuck. And I was like, don't you even care if you go to jail? Like, don't you care that you get arrested? Nobody cared. Like, this wasn't me even threatening them at this point. This was just me just, you know, just questioning the person's sanity. Like for real. And by we won, that doesn't mean anything. That means that I had to grow up until the age of 6, basically protecting myself with guns like Kalashnikovs and fucking army tanks against the rest of Pakistan. It was like me against Pakistan. So in order to like protect my direct family, and that's just my direct family, which means that you know, you couldn't have friends and stuff. It was very, very unusual. Pakistan is, you know, I don't know, but people basically like get all of their, you know, they'll turn America and like common like everyday Americans, they'll like psych them out to get what they want, use Americans, and go into Pakistan, my country, where, you know, I used to sing the national anthem, or I used to lead in singing the national anthem in the morning before classes started, as like a 7-year-old and much younger even. And I took like a huge pride in the culture that I was a part of, even though, I mean, you know, it didn't really matter. It mattered to me that, you know, I was admired and adored and all that stuff. But it was like, I thought it was really cute. But they'll just like use like common everyday Americans and like basically rip you off, go into Pakistan and rip off Pakistanis. Like, that's how bad it is. So yeah, crime is not something that I want to talk about or discuss at any length. It is what it is. I mean, of course, like, as long as I stuck with my family, Pakistan is a very safe country. But I wouldn't say very necessarily, but it is. It's not, but like, just, I always have stuck like with my direct family. Like, I've always just not given a shit. So it's pretty treacherous outside that. Like, here in America, the Pakistanis like have absolutely no bounds. Like, they have no boundaries, and I'm talking about like all Pakistanis. But anyway, like, I mean, no boundaries. Like, you can't dress a certain way without them leering at you. And they'll all just like group up. Like, I worked in a hospital setting, they'll all just like group up on you. And and stuff, and there's nothing you can do. Like you can't really call it. Like the only option that you would have is to call the police at that point, right? And like the police, I mean, that's the thing. Like why should you have to like call the police for that? You shouldn't. You absolutely shouldn't. And it's like yeah, that was another thing that just like completely blew my mind. Like, are you for real? Like, some of these Pakistanis out here like live in such a different world entirely. Like, their brains like are from like a completely different era. And it's true. Like, I mean, to a certain degree, like, but like, I don't know, like some of like they'll just, it's just very scary. They'll just group up on you, and it's very fucked up because they have a lot of issues. Like, they'll always have like immigration issues, and they'll always come to you for them if you seem like a more like authoritative figure, or like someone like in a more powerful position than you or than them, and they'll like drag you down. Like, they will drag your ass down to their level and like make you like part of their gang. And it's like, I don't want to be in a gang. I just want to be in a normal society where there are no gangs. Going back to the point that they like get all of their power from Americans, everyday Americans, and the United States, and they go back to Pakistan. They like literally already know the culture of Pakistan, and that like Islam, you know, being a very strict type of like I don't know how to explain it, like modest type of cult, like religion and stuff. Here they'll completely abuse it. Like they'll eat pork and stuff and stuff, and I forgot what point I was trying to make, but they'll you know, I don't know, they know that you are Muslim, and they don't behave accordingly. They'll completely get out of control, like crazy out of control, like completely against society, like normal everyday society. And so Islam in the United States is not what I'm used to at home back in Pakistan. My personality is very different from everyday Pakistani Americans and Pakistanis. They'll like impose on you. It's completely ridiculous. Like, basically breaking the integrity of democracy. Like, breaking it down and fighting it. And the gang like thought process is that you are expected to do the same. And so I would just like laugh about this. Like, I would pretty much keep to myself after that. Like, you know, this isn't, you know what the freaking rules are. Just because I'm here and I'm just like, oh, this, you know, blah blah, you know, you're so funny, like I'm so cool, like I'm so social or whatever, it doesn't mean that your laws that apply in Pakistan have changed or or whatever here in the States. You know, you need to be abiding by the laws here. You can't choose one over the other. You can't choose one country over the other. You know, if you're gonna live anywhere, you have to abide by the rules that you know in Pakistan. Like here in the United States, to me, people will shit talk democracy, American people, and America in general to me, and I'm just like, you know, it's really awkward at that point. Just like, where the fuck am I? Like, am I lost? How did I get here? You know, but on a very serious note, Pakistan has some of the biggest gangs in the world. A lot of really scary shit, like, you know, just crazy shit. Bitches, like, women will go like crazy, out of control. So it's no different. I've been snacking on this, and actually this. I only have like dark chocolate left. Yeah. The blue ones are the dark chocolate, and the black ones are the extra dark. Those are the only ones that I have left. I haven't tried either of them from this batch, but I may do so. I just haven't yet. And water, basically. I may grab something to eat later, but anyways, I'm going to close the vlog. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys on the next vlog.